It's a marvelous Monday today, and it's time for Faith Capsules powered by the Shaper's Ark. I am Wonuola Adetayo, the Shaper. Our scripture for today is found in Philippians chapter 2 and verse 4. Look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. In this Bible verse, Paul admonishes us to avoid becoming self-absorbed. Rather, Paul enjoins us to cultivate selflessness by considering the needs of others. Let's look at some indicators of self-absorption. Number 1, preoccupation with personal gain, focusing primarily on one's own success, comfort, or well-being without caring about others. In 2 Kings chapter 5 verses 20 and 21, Gehazi was preoccupied with his personal gain from Naaman without caring about the damage to his master's reputation by the lie that he told. Number 2, neglecting the needs of others. You see, failing to notice or care about the struggles, needs, or feelings of those around you is an evidence of self-absorption. In Luke chapter 16 verses 20 and 25, the rich man was so self-absorbed he was content to serve Lazarus crumbs from his table even though he had much more than enough. Number 3, lacking empathy for others shows that you are self-absorbed. You see, an inability or an unwillingness to connect with or feel for others in their situation. In Jonah chapter 4 verses 1 to 3, Jonah was so self-absorbed that he was angry with God that the people of Nineveh repented after God sent him to preach to them. Jonah could not find joy in the salvation of souls. Number 4, ingratitude is another evidence of self-absorption, focusing on what one does not have instead of being thankful for what one does have, leading to dissatisfaction and a sense of entitlement. In Numbers 11 verses 1 to 6, the Israelites had been saved from slavery, and God had done so much to rescue them from the sufferings in Egypt. Yet suddenly they turned against Moses, crying for the cucumbers of Egypt and despising the manna that God gave to them. Number 5, boasting or seeking attention is another evidence of self-absorption. It's a desire to constantly highlight personal achievements, wanting others to focus solely on oneself. In Daniel chapter 4 verses 28 to 33, King Nebuchadnezzar was so self-absorbed that he began to make public boasting of his own accomplishments. Let's look at 3 dangers of being self-absorbed. Number 1, broken relationships. You see, self-absorbed people usually create tension, conflict, and damage in their relationships because they place their own needs above the health of their relationships. In 1 Samuel chapter 25 verses 4 to 10, Nabal was so self-absorbed and careless with his utterances that it nearly destroyed the relationship with David. Thank God for the timely intervention of Abigail. There would have been a bloodbath. Number 2 consequence, spiritual blindness. Self-absorption blocks a person from fully experiencing God's will and calling because it distracts from a life of service and humility. In Luke chapter 22 verse 3, Satan entered into Judas Iscariot because Judas was self-absorbed, dipping his hands into the treasury. Judas became spiritually blind and lost his position as a disciple of Christ. Judas also lost his life untimely and in a gruesome manner. Lastly, lack of true joy is a consequence of self-absorption. The Bible teaches that joy comes from serving others and loving others as we love ourselves. In Luke chapter 15 verses 25 to 32, the elder brother of the prodigal was so self-absorbed that he could not find true joy in the return of his younger brother. My friend, as we commence the 10th month of the year, it is my prayer that you and I will desist from self-absorption, but be Christ-like in humility. Till I come your way again next week, this is Wonuola Adetayo, the Shaper. Shalom.